It has been forever, or at least it feels like forever, since we have worked on Gabby, our home edition build. So this week we are officially back to work. We meant to have...
Eagle.
Welcome to Idaho. So we have a lot to do because our hope was to have... our hope was to have this edition build dried in before winter, but it's December now. It's freezing cold. Thankfully, we don't have snow yet.
3 coats. If you can't tell, it's very cold. Melissa has 3 coats on today. No buffalo coat? You want to grab that too?
I have 2 coats and a hoodie on. It's very cold. So, oh my gosh. So we have a lot to do towards getting this place dried in, but let's see if we remember how to do this.
Seriously, it's been a while. New birds. Come on, it's out of control. It's a bird sanctuary around here. To get things started, we are cutting out a chunk of this 2-inch foam. We're going to fill a stud cavity upstairs behind some plumbing that has been run for the kitchen sink. We're going to stick this up. I will close off any remaining gaps with some spray foam, and then over that we're going to do a layer of fiberglass bats that we're actually going to be using to insulate the entire building. So it should be plenty to keep everything in that plumbing area nice and warm. No frost issues. There we go. That's better. All right, let's go plug this in. Oh, come on, fit. So we got our foam insulation in back behind this drain line. And again, this is completely precautionary on our part. It's not a requirement by any means, but while we have the opportunity to button this up as to the best of our ability, we're gonna do so. This is an exterior wall. And again, it's very cold here. Our water lines actually come up through the floor. These should be fine. So feel good with that back there. I'm actually realizing now that we have a water line a few feet down for our refrigerator ice maker. So I'll stick another chunk behind that. We'll get things foamed off with some spray foam, then we'll move on to the next step.
Jeremy is making his way around the apartment, filling all of the little holes where plumbing or any of the electrical lines go down into the garage area, because although we are heating the garage, we are only going to be keeping that at about 45 degrees with the propane heater that we are putting in. So we don't want that cold air coming up into the apartment. We are also waiting on 2 inspectors to arrive today, the plumbing inspector and the electrical inspector. We have already passed the HVAC inspection, which is great. So we get a lot of questions about why we don't have framing inspections and roofing inspections and drywall inspections and everything that you would normally see. The inspections that are required just depend on the state and the county in which you live. And in our county, we actually have 0 permits, inspections, or codes, which is a beautiful thing. However, the state of Idaho does have a couple requirements. So at the state level, we are required to have our septic, our plumbing, our electrical, and our HVAC inspected and permitted. So we of course do all of that. And so like I mentioned, we already have HVAC, that's already passed. The septic is just tying into the existing septic in the house. So what we are waiting on now is plumbing and electrical. Hopefully we get the green light today, because once we do, we can start closing up these walls and get all of our bats in place.
Is your jacket helping, buddy? That's a nice coat. That's a nice coat. In bed.
The first inspector arrived. It is the electrical inspector. He is upstairs right now checking out all of the wiring in the apartment, and then he will come down and do the garage. The HVAC inspector is scheduled to be here in about another hour. So we're going to be losing daylight here pretty quickly. I hope there's still enough time to do a little bit of work today, but I'm not really sure. So I want to get out of the way of the inspectors because I just don't like shoving a camera in their face or asking to film them or anything like that when they're trying to do their jobs. So I'm just going to let them do their inspections. Fingers crossed we pass, and then hopefully there's enough time to actually get some bats in place. I am taking a sec to check some emails, and I just got our latest Delete Me report. A while back, I shared that we've been using a service called Delete Me in an attempt to get some of our private data offline, and in the last 4 months, I could not believe how many different websites not only had, but were selling our personal information. It turns out that there are data brokers out there that are collecting huge amounts of your personal identifiable information. They will use government sites, public information sites, even your own social media. They look for things like your address, your social security number, your birthday, even your family members. They then package it all up and create a profile on you. They license it, and then they sell it to other data brokers, corporations, or really anyone with an interest in your personal information. Now, this is a huge problem because it puts you and those you care about at risk for phishing scams and even worse, identity theft. Thankfully, Delete Me is super easy to use. You just sign up, they send you a welcome email, and you can get started right away. In just the last 4 months, Delete Me found 68 different data brokers with our personal information, and their privacy experts took it from there. They have removed over 200 listings with our personal data, and the best part is they will continue to scan the web, making sure that our information doesn't pop up again. Now, we sign up for the family plan because that allows us to protect every member of the family under just one plan. This is particularly important if you have elderly family members because sadly, they seem to be the biggest targets of these scammers. To give Delete Me a try for yourself and those you care about, just go to joindeleteme.com/GSL or click the link down below and use our code GSL to get 20% off all consumer plans. The good news is we passed the electrical inspection and we passed the HVAC inspection and we are officially ready to start closing up this entire place, which is very, very exciting and very needed. The bad news is that it is 3:30, and when you live as far north as we live, that means we have about 20 minutes of daylight left. So it gets dark here really early. By 4 o'clock, it is dark. So we're not gonna start a new job today. It's just not really worth it because we don't have actual power or lights in here yet. We will get started bright and early tomorrow morning. It is starting to snow, so we're really hoping that we don't get completely buried. We have a winter storm coming over the next couple days. They're saying we could get a dusting or we could get a foot of snow. So we will see. You never know what that means.
Changes come and they go, always in motion like the wind. Oh, traveler, come drink with me, eat and be merry with old friends, and we'll make this house a home where no one feels alone.
I'm feeding them out here because although we built them stalls, they refuse to go in them when the weather is bad. They go in there when the sun is shining, but when it's cold and wet, they like to be out here. So, breakfast in the snow. Got a little bit of snow.
A little bit. Clear this off, we can get to work. Help me move some of this stuff out of the way.
Yep.
So we can unload everything in the trailer. There's a lot in there. You haven't seen it.
No.
There's a ton there, right? You ready for this?
Oh no.
So much insulation.
Oh no.
Well, so that snowstorm showed up in a big way. Fortunately for us, we are working inside here in Gabby. It's time for insulation. It's time to start warming this place up, at least as much as we can with no garage doors.
Yeah, so we are going to start with the downstairs bats. We need to get all of the walls done, the ceiling done, and then we'll move to the apartment. But it's actually more insulation we were talking about than what was in the house because now we have 2 stories. So we've got more floors and ceilings, and yeah, it's kind of crazy.
A lot of work to do. We've been here before. Let's get to work.
That scared me. Yeah. I'll wake up in the morning.
Doctor, ready?
I'm ready, doctor.
Shall we proceed, doctor?
Can you be the nurse and I be the doctor?
Also, no.
Yeah, we're gonna start in this corner, nurse, and we're gonna move down this way. Let's go.
Right, that's one wall down. Let's move on to the next. Just like we've always done in the past, this is actually the 3rd living space that we're working on and building now. We are using fiberglass bat insulation. A few reasons for that. One, familiarity. We've worked with it many times. I know there are some alternatives out there like rock wool. This is very cost efficient, and in our house it's done a great job. It's really kept things warm in the winter and really cool in the summer. Plus, we have the spray foam that was previously put up around our entire rim joist because we do have that living space upstairs. So it gets the job done. We like it. And you know, these walls are actually looking great. It's weird to see more solid surface as opposed to all of those stud cavities. So we're gonna keep going, keep making that progress.
Oh no.
What?
There was like a moisture that came up from my mask. And now it looks like when I first learned to put mascara on.
You're beautiful, Mama. Tammy Faye Baker has nothing on you.
My yaya used to say I look like 2 burnt holes in a blanket. Anyway, I'm taking a little bit of a break because I wanted to address a question that we got a lot when we were building the barn. And that was, why did we not insulate the barn? I feel like I can't even take myself seriously right now. I'm gonna wash my face. I'm just gonna hose it off in a second here. But the reason that we did not insulate the barn, actually there are 3 reasons that we did not insulate the barn.
Cost?
Okay, there were 4 reasons that we didn't insulate the barn. Cost was a big one. It would be really expensive. The second reason is because insulation in a barn where there is grain and horse treats and hay and everything is a massive invitation for rodents. So if you do spray foam, the rodents are attracted to the smell of it. Apparently it's sweet or something like that. This is what the insulators have told us. And then they will go into your walls and they will eat all of the insulation and cause a lot of problems, especially on a metal building because you can't just replace that. And then if you do fiberglass insulation, they will make nests out of it. So that's gross. And then the third reason is because it's just not necessary. There are horses kept in this barn, and horses are just like elk or deer or moose or any other animal that has roamed the prairies for centuries. They need to be able to grow a healthy winter coat. And if you keep them too warm, they can't do that. And then they're going to be cold all day long when they're out in the field and everything. So it's way better to just let them do what nature does best. And then the fourth reason is the barn is not airtight. So eventually we're going to be putting a floor in there, but for now we have a lot of space around the outside of the barn. And so if you insulate an entire area and then you have cold air just streaming in from the ceiling and the roof and everything else because it's a hay barn, you've completely wasted your money and you're not actually keeping any heat in. So those are the reasons that we did not insulate the barn.
Take me where the sun is shining. Watch the mist roll down the mountain. The place we can go. This time of year the leaves will change. Holds a beauty I can't explain. A place we can go. We can dip our toes into the stream. Watch the light dance perfectly. Feel just like a dream. You can take my hand and make it reality.
So we have made pretty good progress. We've got both side walls done, 3/4 of the back wall done. We just have this corner in the back to do, and then a whole bunch of cuts for the front wall, but it's not a lot of surface area, so it should go pretty quick.
Not too much more. And it's looking good. Are you warmer yet?
No, because we don't have any doors, so
Really? I feel like it's a tad warmer.
I don't think so. I don't think it's any warmer. So we need to get this finished up because tomorrow we are heading down to deliver Christmas gifts to the very last family that didn't get their gifts when we delivered everything for the toy drive because they were not feeling well. So we not only have their Christmas gifts, but we have a really big surprise for the boys. And I'm really excited to show them what that is because I think they're going to be pretty psyched about it. So we need to get this finished because we said we were going to get all of the walls done today. Go back to work. I love when the trees look like this because it looks like Whoville.
Ah, it's beautiful. I love the snow.
Wahoo forest, wahoo forest. Welcome, welcome Christmas. I don't know that song. We are losing light.
Yeah, because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Come on, it's like 3:30.
It's like midnight.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see much longer. We finished it.
Got her done.
Just in time.
Just in time. 3 p.m., a.k.a. midnight.
Midnight in North Idaho.
Gotta love it.
So we are at the dump. Jeremy's at the dump.
That's what I do.
How was it? So when you live rural and you live in our county, there is no garbage pickup. So every week we have to load up all of our garbage and all of our recycling and drive it to the dump and dump it ourselves. But the good thing about it is it's free.
It smells great.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But if you like bald eagles, this is the perfect place to see amazing, beautiful bald eagles picking through baby diaper trash.
These national parks or anything like that.
Yeah, so once we get all of our cardboard dumped, which is what he's doing now, we are heading to Sandpoint. And we are going to Riley's house. So you guys may remember Riley from last year's toy drive. When we met him last year, he was right in kind of the beginning stages of his treatment. So here we are a year later. Riley looks pretty different than he did last year. He's got a full head of hair and he's doing awesome. He's back in school. So we adopted their family this year through our toy drive that we did with you guys. And we weren't able to bring them their box when we went and delivered everything a couple weeks ago because they weren't feeling well. So they're doing much better today. And we have a really big surprise from them, from our friends at 365 Charters. Captain Doug has completely blessed these boys. They love fishing, so we got something pretty exciting for them.
What's up, puppy? What's up, puppy? Hi guys, how are you? Good.
So our friend is Captain Doug, and he hooked you guys up with, here, I got some hats for you guys.
Those are cool.
You guys got new tackle bombs.
There's some stuff I can't even tell what all this is.
This one's yours, Nash.
Perfect.
What do you guys say to Captain Doug?
Thanks.
Yeah, so these are for trout.
Oh, yeah, perfect for the creek.
Get hooked up.
So last year you guys came and we talked your mom into letting you have a switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were so sweet because you only picked one even though you could pick two, and we hate the thought of you sharing. So we got you guys a second one, so now you can dual play games together. And you guys are going to go meet Captain Doug, who hooked you up with all this stuff. He owns 365 Charters, so you're going to go on a private salmon charter. And so he's going to make sure that you guys completely fill those cards. So you guys will pick the date. Here's your gift certificate to that. So you guys are going to go
Can we go
on
like tomorrow?
and go on your own charter. It's so fun. We got to go once with him and we got like 24 fish on the line in 2 hours.
Oh man.
It was so fun. He's really good. So you're sure to get lots of salmon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Good to see you. Love the hair, Riley. Love it.
Looking good, man. All right, we'll see you guys. Have fun
Merry
fishing.
Christmas and Merry Christmas. So that was a great little visit. That family is so sweet, and it was so fun to see Nash and Riley again. Those boys have grown like 6 inches from the time we saw them last, and Riley looks so healthy. He has this awesome head of hair, and it's so nice to see.
I'm jealous of his hair.
Were you having some
Full,
hair envy?
luscious head of hair, yeah, a little bit of hair.
Yeah, so everything for the adoptive families that you guys provided is in a big box, and that's all hidden from them until Christmas time. Everything that they got today was from Captain Doug at 365 Charters in Seattle, and we actually got the pleasure of going on a private charter like Riley and his family are going to be going on. We went in August, and it was so fun.
It was a lot of fun. I'm happy for them. I know they will have a great experience, so big shout out and thank you to Captain Doug. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
It was good to get back to work on the addition this week, but the time away to focus on the needs of others was so rejuvenating. It's easy to get consumed with our day-to-day lives and become so hyper-focused on what we have going on that we forget to take time to actually enjoy this life. It is truly the best time of year because we're reminded to live purposely, to develop relationships, and respect the importance of forming new memories. I love the weeks leading up to Christmas because they bring people together, and we're all reminded to slow down, to give outside of ourselves, and to appreciate all of it.